What's up, YouTube? Finally, another video. Sorry it's been so long. Just got back Friday from California, so that has been a really long trip. So, just got back Friday from that, and as promised, told you guys I'd make another video, so here it is. I'm gonna take my glasses off because there's a really bad glare, and I don't like that. Anyway, so what's been going on? A lot's been going on. It started off with, like I said, I was in California for 21 days, and that was really, I mean, it was good, it was okay. I mean, it was the Army, so it wasn't, anything really all that new, but at the same time it was difficult for me, mainly because, I'm getting really comfortable with this whole transition thing, and especially with moving. So now I've got like my own little room, and I'm able to be me, at home, and when I go out and stuff like that with my friends and stuff like that, I don't have to worry about, going to someone else's house to change and, do all that. I can just kind of be me here. So, having to be gone for 3 weeks and, spend those 3 weeks in a building with like 80 guys, just really kind of sucked. Mainly because, I couldn't really shave or do anything that I'm used to doing. It's become kind of the norm for me, other than my face, of course. But I mean, having to, kind of get back in the habit of things a little bit. So, but I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't mind. It just was difficult, My life for the last, 2.5 months now has been nothing but, girly, and, trans-related, topics and different, activities and stuff like that, and therapy and all this kind of stuff. And then, it kind of pulled out from that for a few weeks. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but at the same time, I had my friends back home constantly texting me and Facebook messaging me and all that kind of stuff, telling me it's going to be okay, and we're going to go out, and we're going to have a good time when you get back, and you've got so much to look forward to, which is true. So, I mean, I kind of kept that mentality going, more or less, that, when I get home, I've got all this waiting. So, so here I am, and it was, Friday was such a long day. Oh my God, we left the airport in San Jose, California, flew from there to LAX. Now, mind you, this was at like 8 o'clock in the morning, California time, so it was like, 11 or something here on the East Coast. Flew to LAX, which I was really stoked about, and then it's like, oh, you can't get off the plane. There's not a connecting flight. I was like, well, that sucks. So, so much for my hunt for Angelina Jolie. But anyway, and then from LAX all the way to Atlanta, which was like 6 hours, and then we get to Atlanta and find out, oh, you're staying on the plane again. And then from Atlanta back home. I was like, oh my God. So, yeah, it was like 11 hours without food, or, and I say without food, but I mean, they give it, well, we feed you on the plane. Well, a fucking handful of peanuts isn't doing it. So, but it's okay because we got our drink on. Haha. No one knows. But anyway, so that kind of made the day go by a little bit better, but I would have liked to at least have gotten off the damn plane to have a cigarette, but oh well. So anyway, a very long day, and then this past Saturday, kind of spent the day with my kid, I guess, more or less during the day, and then got up with my friends at night, And yeah, completely shit-faced. But it's okay, because it was worth it. But went to an amusement park yesterday and had to get up like mad early, and I was like, oh my god. It's like vodka coming up. But anyway, I made it through the whole day. I didn't puke, and probably lost like 5 pounds with all the walking around we did, so it was cool. And we had a lot of fun. And my 6-year-old daughter is like such a badass because she rode like all the cool shit, which we didn't really think she would. But we were like, "You want to get on?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she got on, and just these freaking like 75-mile-an-hour roller coasters, and the look on her face was so priceless because she was just like, it was great. So, and yeah, I haven't really done much today. Just kind of winded down from all that. Got laundry done, and just kind of had like a nice, girly, peaceful day. And back to work tomorrow. But speaking of work, I knew that was one of the stars of things I wanted to talk about in this video. I think I may have mentioned before that I did talk to my district manager with the stores that I work for, and again, I work for a franchise now, so we only have 4 stores in our little group. So I kind of I had the whole trans conversation with her before I left for California, which I thought was going to be kind of weird, but it turns out it kind of wasn't. So that kind of made it a little bit better. My district manager, or area director as she calls herself, is probably about 10 years older than me, I guess, but really, really sweet lady, and we have a really good time when she's around. Not your typical district manager by any means. She's very easy to talk to, and she doesn't come in critiquing and micromanaging and all that stuff that we hate about district managers. So she's kind of like the exception of the rule, so to speak, as far as that goes. But we sat down, we had a conversation, and I told her flat out, I'm transgender. I'm going to be taking pills and living my life as a girl. And her response was like, okay. So it was kind of cool because she asked a lot of questions, and that was expected. And then of course I had my handy dandy phone, so I started whipping out pictures and stuff like that, which was also good because she's like, oh, wow, oh. So and as any of you other trans girls or guys know that are watching, we take like 30 pictures before we get one we're satisfied with. So needless to say, the few pictures I have on my phone of myself were really equal out to probably about 150 that were taken. But anyway, it's okay. But so anyway, the result of that conversation, and this was about a month and a half ago, was that she was going to have to discuss things with the owner to kind of determine where it was all going to go, and whether or not he was going to be willing to let me continue to manage his store as a woman. And she said she wasn't really too concerned about the way that I looked because of the fact that even though I've got a lot of electrolysis and stuff ahead of me, but and I present fairly well, and I'm not I don't look like Dennis Rodman or anything like that, I guess, so this is good. But I do have a lot of work to do on my face, though, but most of that is just more or less electrolysis or laser, whichever one I decide to go. And I'm really only going to focus on like chest, and then neck, and then face, ear, and then like the beard line, more or less. But my good friend is actually one of my 2 besties is already she's been doing electrolysis for a while now, And I've seen, a couple of her before and after pics, and I think her results are like phenomenal. So I'm probably going to start off with that just because of the fact that it's quite a bit cheaper. But anyway, getting off topic. Um, so anyway, she texted me, my district manager texted me today and told me that she had spoken with our owner and that it was actually the conversation went really well. And I don't really know the details yet because I haven't seen her, haven't been back to work yet. But she assured me that we would be talking sometime this week, and that everything was good. So I'm really kind of blown away by that. I really was not expecting to be, for that to be that easy, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm really kind of, you hear so many horror stories about trans people and what they go through, and just to sacrifices and stuff like that. I'm not saying that everything is going to be this easy, but there. I've just yet to experience a whole lot of negativity yet, I guess you could say. So, what is going on? Okay. So yeah, I'm really blown away that that they were willing to be this understanding about this so far. Especially that I haven't really worked for them for very long. So it says a lot about them, I think, personally. So that really kind of boosts my self-esteem quite a bit, and I'm really happy that I'm going to be able to keep my job and be a girl at work and not have to worry about looking for another job and all that, and having to go through the whole trying to find a trans-friendly job making the kind of money that I make. So I was really kind of worried about that. So that's just another bridge crossed, I guess. Other than that, I mean, there's really not been too much more going on. I mean, other than the fact that I do have therapy this coming up week, and I've already been told by my therapist to look for a doctor. So, I mean, I already know who I'm going to. So, I'll have my recommendation letter this week for hormone replacement therapy, and then I'm just gonna. I really don't know how long it's going to take to get the doctor's appointment because, I mean, it's the doctor that I'm going to be using has been kind of became the go-to doctor for transgender people around here. So it may be, I don't really know how long the wait's going to be to get in for an appointment with him, but we'll find out. So I'm really excited about that. I should be starting hormones hopefully within the next couple of weeks, if I can get into the doctor that soon. And I'm really, really excited about that. And my friends are too. My friends are like so supportive and just they're excited with me. So, and that's when I say that, I mean all my friends, that are trans as well as the ones that aren't, are all really happy for me. My mom's really excited. My sister's really excited. My dad still doesn't know. So, not that I know of anyway. And I guess if he does, he's not going to bring it up. But, so, yeah, really, really excited about all that. So it's like all the major hurdles to jump over are just kind of just coming and going with ease so far. And I guess I shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth, but at the same time, I mean, I'm really just like, okay, at what point is this going to become difficult? I mean, I have been told, so many different things about what to expect, and this, it's going to be, months and months and months before you can start hormones, and then, oh my God, you're going to have to look for another job. They're probably going to fire you, and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, okay, hormones, check, job, check. I'm like, it's really, I don't mean to sound condescending, but I mean, um, I guess I should just consider myself lucky that, this is going as smoothly as it is so far. My wife and I are still on pretty friendly terms. I mean, we spent all day yesterday at the theme park together, so, I mean, she asks a lot of questions, but, just, she doesn't really pry about too many things anymore, I guess you could say. I mean, like, I told her when I was going Saturday, I was over at her house, and I was like, well, I need to go ahead and get going, because I've got plans tonight, and she's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm, probably gonna end up going out or something like that, going out to a bar or club or something, and she's, with who? Oh, just some friends. Where are you getting all these friends from? Friends that you work with? I was like, no. I was like, what do you mean all these friends? I was like, my 2 friends that I do everything with. And she's like, oh, those friends. I'm like, yeah, those friends. So, what do? You're just gonna go over there and y'all are gonna dress up like girls? And I looked at her and I was like, no, actually it's more like I'm kinda just, right now I'm dressing like a guy. So, it's kind of the opposite, She doesn't get it, so that's fine. She doesn't need to get it. I don't really care anymore whether or not she gets it. She just, she kind of makes it out like what we do is, like a Halloween party or something like that. Like we're just a bunch of hairy guys that throw on dresses and fucking wigs and go out and paint the town. And, she has no idea that we're actually, like, more feminine than she is. But, she was really never the most girly girl of people anyway. She, doesn't really do a whole lot with herself or anything like that. So, she doesn't look butch or anything, but she just never really, unless we were going out somewhere, she'd never really even dress up. I think I've seen her wear heels like 3 times in the entire 7 years that I've known her. And she's really not that good at walking in them either, which kind of surprises me, but I don't know. Heels are so much fun. How can you not wear heels if you're, like, born a woman? I don't get it, but anyway. So, that's kind of how all that's going. Had a really good time hanging out with my kid. Had a really good time Saturday night. We didn't go anywhere. We ordered pizza and sat around at my friend's house and got completely fucked up. It was great because we had the whole thing with the army unit for the whole 3 weeks. It's like no drinking, no this, no that, and it's just like, ugh. So, other than the plane ride home, I hadn't had anything to drink for 24 days, 25 days straight. And it's like, oh, it sucks. So yeah, we definitely made up for that. And it was worth it. So, it's really all that's going on. I finally got myself moved and settled. And you want to see my room? I'll show you my room because I've got my little portable webcam. This is my room. That's my closet. I've got my little dresser with my coffee pot, of course, and my bed. And I've got my really cute, girly bed set that I bought, and my new purse. And that's pretty much it. So, which is fine. This is all I wanted, was just a room that I could make, it's me. Obviously I haven't had a lot of time to really do anything with the place yet. I want to get maybe a couple of paintings or something and put up, but other than that, this is all I need. A place to get dressed and, store my things, throw my makeup on, and go. So, anyway, it's pretty much kind of all I got right now. I'm sorry, I feel like this is lame. I don't really have any exciting news, but it's, everything's progressing the way it should be, I guess. thanks a lot, by the way, to I've noticed over the last few weeks since I've been gone that I've gotten like 2 or 3 more subscribers, and I really appreciate it. Much love, YouTube. I mean, I've had like tons of video hits and page hits and stuff on my channel, and I really appreciate all of it. So, and again, if anyone has like questions or anything, please feel free to comment, or you can even send me a message on YouTube if you want. Just, hit up my inbox. If you anything at all, and I'd be more than happy to answer questions. Especially if there's anyone that's having trouble with like the whole, how do I come out to my wife or spouse or husband or anything like that. I mean, the way I did it wasn't exactly subtle, but I mean, it got my point across, and the result was pretty much what I thought it was going to be. So, but I mean, believe me, if you are that person that's going through that, and you really don't know, if you think your life is going to be completely over, I really urge you to just do what's going to make you happy. Because, I mean, I personally am 32 now. So the way I look at it, I mean, I've got, I've gone about a third of my life. Well, probably a little more than that. Just being more or less just miserable. And it's not cool, and it's not really something that, 20 years ago I could address. And, it does kind of suck, and I do feel bad about the fact that I had gone as far as I had, as a guy before I decided to finally do this. But, I mean, I guess it, eventually it's just going to wear you down to the point that you just can't take anymore, which is pretty much what happened. So, definitely, if you have any questions, please just feel free to hit me up, however you want. I'll probably have another video up in a couple weeks. I'll definitely have something up as soon as I start on the meds and stuff. So, or if anything happens with work, once that happens, once I talk with her and find out what's going on with that, then I'll definitely probably throw something up here. Anyway, thanks again for all the support. Like I said, love you guys. As always, stay true to yourself. Bye.